Hello, everyone. Good evening. So I'll be your speaker for today. This Kochi Talks. So the topic today is Google Cloud, an intro to Google Cloud Platform, GCP. So before I go into GCP, I'll start by what is cloud computing, right? So cloud computing is the delivery of on-demand computing services, ranging from applications to storage and processing power typically over the internet and on a pay-as-you-go basis. So this basically says that cloud computing is providing you servers or providing you storage in the cloud. Where it's not okay. Let me go to what cloud platform is. So cloud platform is basically what makes cloud computing possible. Now, cloud platform is like let me tell you of cloud platforms, right? Platforms are one sec, please. So they're basically when you are trying to do something, right, and you might don't want to spend money on buying the machine to do it. For example, now let's say you want to run a server, right, and you want to like run a server or something. You want to host your project. Now, most times, in the past, people used to use physical machines to host their servers, to host their projects, right? But with cloud computing, with cloud platforms, you don't need to have to provision by yourself because if you host a project on your physical machine, you'd have to manage it. You'd have to maintain the uptime. Like the machine cannot be off at any moment. It has to always be on to provide for those that try to access your project or your site or whatever. Now that's where cloud platforms are quite important because they manage it for you. They just give you they provide for you what you need. You don't have to spend money on buying the laptop or buying the machine or buying the memory or the disk that you need. You just need to ask for them and they will provide for you. That's what the cloud platform is. So cloud platform is basically a platform that provides you machine instances and storage. And although there are a lot more benefits to cloud platform, but then I'll just use GCP as my use case to today. So yeah, so you pay as you go. You pay for what you use. You don't have to buy the whole thing and then just so it's like as if I'm renting someone's machine to use and they're managing it for me. Yeah. Now, there are a few types of cloud platforms. There's public cloud. Now, public cloud is basically there are public cloud are third party providers that provide you um, machine instances in the cloud or storage in the cloud. Now, the popular ones that we know are AWS, GCP, and Azure. So these guys, they just provide you what you need to run your software in the cloud, and they also provide you storage and some other popular resources. AWS provides you EC2 instance. This is, I mean, for machine instances, this will provide you compute engine for running your machine instances, and imagine about Azure, but it Sharp provides you what you need for processing and for storage. Now, private clouds are, like I said earlier, they're owned by private organizations, private companies, where you just manage, like where you manage the cloud platform by yourself. So instead of having to rent someone's own, you just create your own and then you use it in-house. Now, hybrid cloud is the merging of both public and private cloud. AWS and Azure and GCP also provide you private hybrid cloud, but then it's kind of like a plan. You have to you pay for it a little bit more. An example of hybrid cloud also Nutanix Cloud. Now, Google Cloud ecosystem. Now, Google Cloud ecosystem is basically a combination of their products and everything that do with Google. I'm talking about so Google Cloud is more than just their cloud instances. It also involves their open source softwares and their software providers, their developers, their partners, their softwares, and then Google Cloud also contains their Google Chrome, contains Google devices, Google Map. Basically, everything that's to do with Google can be found in Google Cloud. So all of this is backed by GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So this is like the foundation of the GCP, the Google Cloud ecosystem. So it's like the foundation of it. Now, next slide. This slide shows us this map shows us the networking what was the word now? The networking roadmap, the networking path of Google Cloud Platform all over the world. Now, as at earlier this year, they had about 60 zones, which connects to 130 points of presences, right? And this line you're seeing here are fiber optic cables that are connecting the world, like all over the world. I don't know the length, but then I'm sure that if we should try to calculate the length, it would be like times, I don't know, very large number of meters or kilometers. That's like their network path. So that's why we're able to receive and use Google Cloud in all over the world because they're connected in other parts of the world. One use case of this is that if I'm in Nigeria, right, and I need to host my server instance somewhere, right? Let's say I want to like host my server instance in the cloud. I can choose any of the 30 zones all over the world. There are those in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia, and also Australia. So it's best to choose one that is in Europe because it's closer to Africa. It has a shorter path to Africa. But then, and if you choose one that's further from where your users are, they'll have more difficult time to reaching to access your services. So that's why for global companies that use GCP, they always have their instances all over the world. So let's say, for example, now a company that has users in Asia, in Australia, and in America. I need to have my server instances everywhere so that if my users try to access my websites, Google was automatically routes them to the one that's closest to them. So that's one use of this network map. Now, GCP, now all of that infrastructure, right, is used by GCP, right? So all these, right, these are the services, the technologies that GCP provides. Now, these are a whole set of technologies that GCP provides, and then I mean, there's instances, there's Google Cloud instance, so there's Google Cloud Compute Engine, there's Google Cloud Kubernetes Engine, there's storage, there's a lot of things actually, there's monitoring. Now all of their services run on their infrastructure, which is reflected here, above here. Now, these guys use now. Let me just explain that these guys, right? They are used by these guys by these GCP suite of technologies, right? In a state-of-the-art network, software-defined network. That means that their networks are defined by software. For example, now if I want to set up a computing engine, right? I don't need to have to set up a physical network to connect to their servers. I might just need to. It's like as if I'm defining my network with my software, with some code and everything, just some commands. I already set up a network in Google Cloud Platform. So they are software defined networking. Now, so for a particular solution for a task, if you want to do something with GCP, you can. There are more than one solutions to one task, right? To one problem, and that brings us to this solution continuum, right? Let's say I want to host a particular. I want to host my DB in online, right? Or rather, let's say I want to host my server online. I can choose to use cloud computing engine, right? By providing by using their CPU, their memory, their disk, and just getting myself and just using this to host my server. I'll just create an instance online, or I can use their PAS. That is so this IaaS and so their continuum range from IaaS to SaaS and pass in the middle. So IaaS means infrastructure as a service, where they provide you infrastructure and you use it. Infrastructure means like their networking, their servers and their network and their network and everything. And then SaaS means software as a service, where they just provide you what you need and just use it without having to worry about anything. Now here at IaaS, you have to worry about the CPU, you have to worry about the memory, you have to think about how much memory I need and everything. And then at PaaS, you just run your code on the platform. You don't have to worry about anything like that. Like, that's what worry about the memory or the disk or anything. You just run the code and that way they manage it for you. And now SaaS is where you no code, nothing, just play what you want to deploy and then it's run for you. I'll give you examples down the line. So basically, it's more like you have more control, but then you have to do more work, and then over the range of it, you have less control and you have no work to do. Now, IT infrastructure is like a city's infrastructure. Let me use this for you. So now, imagine this is like a city. Imagine your laptop. Imagine your system as a city, right? Now, these things are the infrastructure. These things like the roads, like the underground pipeline plumbing, the street lights, the electricity, everything. They are like the infrastructure, right? And they can be likened to the CPU, memory, the storage, right? And then next is users, which are people that live in the city. Those that use the platform are users, are like those that live in the city. And applications are like the things that need the infrastructure to work, like softwares or like your applications. Let me say for example now. So let me just for example. So this is all this infrastructure, like they are like my storage, my memory, and my processing power. And then the people are like the users, which are also that using the platform. And then the applications are like what's built in the software. So yeah, so this is like a very good example of it's like a very good way to model to describe how it works. Now, GCP offers a range of computing services. GCP offers a range of computing services. So earlier I explained the solution continuum, and first of all, the first thing on the list of things that GCP offers is compute engine. Now, compute engine is like it's like as if you have a machine instance in the server, right? And you do whatever you want to do with it. You ask them to provide you the memory, the storage, and the processing power that you need. So that way, so like with this, you'd have to define everything you want on the platform using Compute Engine. You can really set it up using their Google Cloud platform, their console, or use their Cloud CLI, or you use an API call to create this on your platform. Next is GKE. Now, GKE is so Kubernetes. First of all, is like what orchestrates containers in the server. Now containers can be thought of as small as a code in a code that runs by itself, a code that runs independently independent of platform. But then you have to define what it needs to run. You have to define is the dependencies, and then it runs by itself. Now that's what a container can be defined as in summary. And then now Kubernetes is what now orchestrates those containers in the server. Now it helps you to manage them and manage what containers are being run and how they are run. So GKE helps you to do that. Now let me give a bit more info about Kubernetes. Now containers can be containers. Okay, containers are like I said, small snippets of code, or rather a code in like by itself. And then in Kubernetes, right? In Kubernetes, more than one containers can be in a pod. A pod is basically a pod is basically a collection of containers, right? Now, those containers can be similar or different. and then they are run on a node. But then I shouldn't go deep into GK. But then Google manages this guy for you. Google manages your Kubernetes pod for you with GK. Now, App Engine, like I said earlier, App Engine is just a place where you just put your code in and then you run. You don't have to worry about the machine or the platform or anything. Just need to run the code. My App Engine supports main languages: PHP, Java, Go, Python, and a lot of languages. So you just need to put your code there and run them. Now, cloud functions. Cloud functions are just like so kinds of the serverless. Now, what that means is that you have to set up to run the cloud function. They run based on an event or a command that comes in. Now, let me explain what cloud functions have. Sorry. Now, cloud functions, for example, now let's say I want to run a program in my server anytime something happens. I have to write a cloud function, right, that listens to that subscribes to an event, and when the event happens, my code runs, and then once it's done, it stops. It stops running. So that's how cloud functions. So they're like serverless. You don't need to worry about the server and everything. Now, beyond compute services, GCP also provides virtual networks. Virtual networks, like I said earlier, their virtual networks are defined by software. You can use code to write the networks. For example, now if I want to connect each, if I want to connect each, if I want to connect a machine instance in my company to another person's company, I can just use a virtual network to connect them. So, there's also Cloud IAM, which is Cloud Identity and Access Management. So now, if I have an organization and I want to determine who can access what resource on my cloud platform, I will use Cloud IAM to define to define who can access what resource on my platform. A bit more information about Cloud IAM. Cloud IAM gives like a what's the word now? A tree-like structure of how projects work. Now, in Google Cloud Platform, on the top of the tree, is the organization, and then in an organization there can be more than one project in an organization, and then in a project again there can be more than one users, and then users can have access to more than one resources. So that's like that. So that's like a way to define rules and to define rules and to define what's the word now? Access policies on your cloud platform. Now, data storage services. Now, there are many data storage services that GCP that GCP provides. There is Cloud SQL. There's BigQuery. There's even Google Cloud Storage, which is a block storage. There's also NoSQL. There's BigQuery and there's NoSQL. So there's NoSQL storage. So that's just storage services. Now resource management. Now resource management is just it's a way that Google helps you to manage your resources. So you not overspend, because I mean everything like this they cost money. You pay for them. So resource management just helps you not to overspend in your platform. It helps you to manage what resources can be accessed by who. It works with Cloud IAM, and then there's also resource monitoring. So resource monitoring is like helps you to keep track of your resources. It helps with logging, with event reporting, with health checks. So it helps to checks the health of your machine instances. So when the server is down, it's going to help you to properly. It's going to notify you, and I can choose to use resource management to maybe auto heal or spin up in any server instance for you automatically without you being present there. So there's a particular course, like there's a particular topic under Google Platform fundamentals called autoscaling and Google Cloud autoscaling, and then that's where this to come to play. They help to monitor your service, and then they're able to also scale for you. So if you are using too much, if you are using too much instances at the same time, you can you can ask Google Cloud to help you to reduce it to the one that you need, and then that's downscaling, and then you can choose to ask it to help you to scale it for you if a server, if a particular server is getting too overloaded. Um, Now, under resource monitoring, there are things called health checks. Health checks help to check the state of your services for your server running online. If a server is getting too overloaded, resource monitoring resource management can help you to scale and downscale for you, and by either increasing the memory of the of the um, of the machine, which is I think for vertical scale. I'm not so sure. It's have to scale up or scale down your services. So yeah, that's it. These are useful links where you can read more about the Google Cloud platform. You can use Google Docs, or you can use Google Cloud Docs, or you can use the class certification guide. Thank you. Any questions, please? No questions. Okay.
So I know that important question, we do some, to an extent of some of our projects, we do some cloud,
Yeah.
but I know we don't use GCP.
Yeah, AWS.
Yeah. So in that case, to an extent, you should be familiar with what we do on, or the things we do on AWS. For instance, I feel like if I'm interested in something, you probably would have picked up one or two things about how our projects work on AWS. So based on that, comparing those two technologies, what would you say is a pro of GCP over AWS, or cons between both of these two platforms?
Okay. First of all, I would say AWS has cooler names for their products. I mean, they have cooler names like EC2 instances, like Elastic Beanstalk. I mean, unlike Google Cloud that uses VM instances, Compute Engine, and other names, or not those names. Sorry. That's one. Secondly, I would say Google Cloud Platform helps you to save money. There's this thing that they do. It's called, I forgot the name. Shall help you to manage, help you to give you these discounts based on what you use. It's if you use a number of instances per in a week, or rather in a month. Sorry, it helps you to it gathers the leftover and now put them to one, and now gives you the discount on everything. They have this billing thing where it helps you to save money, and then also they also do this thing with Stackdriver. Stackdriver is what they use for monitoring and logs. Now, I don't know about AWS, but I know that Google Cloud helps you to. It gives you alerts if your server is down. If there's an issue if there's an issue with your server, like if someone cannot reach it, it's going to send you a mail that guy sometimes is open, and you can choose for it to help you to for Google Cloud Platform to help you to check it out and then now fix the issue. If it's a memory problem, can help you to I think it's called auto healing also. And also there's auto healing, and there's auto scaling in case you need. And then I think that's it. I mean, AWS is just very popular. So people know it. People know it a lot. But with GCP, I think since I've studied this to an extent, I know that I prefer it over AWS because it helps you to save money, and then it's also, I think GCP does a lot of things for you that you normally do by yourself. Now, I don't know about AWS, but then that should be my pro.
About when your server is down, and even your beginning down, if you set it, it depends on what you set on your account.
Yeah.
You set it back to you.
Yeah, but I'm saying that GCP gives you discount with that. If you don't want it, not, it just gives you, it helps you to calculate all the balances you have, and they just put them into one. For example, now if I pay for 10 gig for my storage, and then I use just 5 gig, and I pay for if I pay for social and I use enough, it's going to help me to find a way to bring the extra together and then bill you on just the one you use, even if you listen. Also, if you want to work, if you want to just play around with it, they give 1 year free tier, and I wasn't saying they don't on AWS. I was just saying that they give you 1 year free tier, and I think about 300 credits or so, free GCP credits, or $300 of GCP credits on the platform to use. GCP credits on the platform. Credits to play around. So I think if you should also share, there are free courses that you can take on. If you click on this link, there are free courses you can take to get to just go to the certification program. Certification program. Yeah. Another question.